Hello and welcome to this bite size on how to breathe. Most of us in our lifetimes have probably not had any guidance on how to do something that we do every day that we need to do to survive, and that for the most part does happen in an involuntary way. You don't have to think about it. But knowing a little bit more about how to breathe can really support the mind, the body, the spirit, our day to day. It can help us to thrive, and it can help us to heal, it can help us to strengthen, build resilience and self-awareness. So it really is a superpower, as I touched on in the introduction. So in this little bite size, I'm just going to do a few things and tell you a few things that are hopefully going to really help you to tune in, to better understand the expansive nature of the chest in advance of us dipping into some more breath practices. So if you're able to come to a seated position, you can be on a chair if you're watching this at your desk. Otherwise, come to a seated position that's comfortable for you on the floor. One where you are not leaning back on something, and close the eyes. And to begin with, just allow your awareness to move to your sit bones. So what's really important for breath work is to give the body as much space as it can in order to breathe most efficiently. And usually when we're in a seated position, without even realizing it, we're a little bit slumped. So everything's a bit compressed, so we don't have that space in the chest. So we're going to do a root to rise foundation body awareness exercise. So with the awareness in the sit bones, visualize roots and beams of light, which you may well recognize by now if you've done the root to rise up close and personal and various other videos where I'm constantly talking about root to rise. But if not, if this is the first time you've heard of it, that's all good. We're helping ourselves to ground, helping the lower body to really ground and create that foundation, and then enable us to take advantage of the energetic lift that comes from really rooting down. And that energetic lift moves up through the body. And as it moves up from the body, it helps to activate the core. As you feel an energetic lift flowing up your spine, it helps you to lift, to ground down through the sit bones and to sit properly so that you're no longer a little bit crumpled. Just makes you feel a little bit more empowered when you're sitting more upright, relaxed but not clenched. So you don't need everything to suddenly tense, because that won't help with your breath. It's a fine line between being active and being relaxed. So by visualizing roots, beams of light, grounding down through the sit bones, so you really press down, just notice how parts of the upper body might start to activate. Notice what effect it has by really pressing down. And then imagine two beams of light up the front body and the back body and beyond the crown of the head. Just imagine that light flow moving up from the body, activating, creating light, creating space, opening the chest, dropping the shoulders. The arms can remain relaxed. The jaw, the face remains relaxed. The neck elongates. And then as the light is moving up, bring your awareness to your breath. And just notice for now. So this is more of a mindfulness practice in this instant. Just notice the breath. Notice the breath in the body. Where do you notice the breath? And notice how the breath feels, which can sound quite abstract, but this noticing, this curiosity, this observing immediately grounds the mind into the body. So it's developing that sense of interoception, that sense of self-awareness as we begin to build a connection between mind and body. There's no wrong or right. So if your breath feels shallow and a bit stuck, that's all good. If it feels deep and relaxed, all good. The great thing is we can affect change very quickly and bring the breath into balance. And slowly now, you're going to nudge the breath to an equal inhale and exhale. So if the breath's feeling a bit stuck or staggered or light, whatever it feels, don't worry about how it feels or where you're feeling it. For now, just allow it to gently become even in length rather, in the inhale and the exhale. And what you can do is quietly count to 4 on the inhale and the exhale, if that helps support that nudging to the equal length. And once it's an equal inhale and exhale, I want you to visualize a bright ball of light in the middle of your chest. So in between your sternum and your spine, visualize a space and imagine or visualize a big ball of light, bright light right in the center. And then the rays extending from that ball of light, those are the rays of your breath. And as you're inhaling and exhaling, visualize, imagine those rays of light extending and reaching out into every part of your chest. Visualizing and imagining is incredibly powerful. So it really helps to support the natural expansion of your breath. Just notice the ribs moving out to the side. Notice the chest rising. Notice the breath in the back body as well. See if you can really expand out into every direction. Even if it's subtle, that's okay. This is a really good exercise. We're connecting, we're building that interoception, and we're building that awareness of space within the chest. Try if you can to remain relaxed. So the inclination might be to tense the body, to draw the breath in, for the jaw to tense. Just be conscious of keeping the shoulders relaxed, keeping the breath light. An expansive deep breath doesn't have to be super heavy. It can be very effective and light at the same time. And one of the cues that I find really helpful that I tell myself that I came up with, I don't know why it came to me, but it really helps me, is releasing the form of the body. The gross physical form can feel quite restricting when we're focusing on the breath. If we release that and imagine the breath being free so that it can span outwards, 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 upwards, everywhere, it can be incredibly freeing and really help that breath just expand, 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 expand. And what you will have done in this very short time is you will have helped to balance out your nervous system. Your body will have decompressed a little. You're completely grounded into your body, as well as you move forward from watching this video, your breath will feel freer and it will be more expansive. So it's a great one to come back to when you're suddenly feeling, oh gosh, can't breathe, feeling really tight in the chest. Just come back to the basics, come back to the mindful practice of just observing the breath. Come back to noticing how the breath feels. Come back to nudging the breath to an even inhale and exhale, and that really powerful visualization of the bright light in the chest, and then releasing the constraint, the limitations of the physical, and just allowing the breath to expand. So on the next exhale, just release the breath and flicker the eyes open. Little bite size on how to breathe completed. Thank you for joining me today, and do dip into some of the other breathwork videos. I think you'll love them. See you soon.